Okay, next for us is to talk about the different types of statistics. Statistics is sort of a big house with two rooms in it, two connected rooms. So these two types are definitely connected. They're related. But there's two basic forms or types of statistics. The first is what we call descriptive. Descriptive statistics. So these are statistical procedures used to organize, summarize, and simplify data. It's almost like the definition from the very top of the very first video in this chapter. To summarize, organize, and simplify data. So it's trying to take all of our information and boil it down in a way that describes the sample or the eventually maybe even the population. So if we think about the example I used in the first part of the video about my boss asking me, well, how old are your statistics students? If I got all those numbers, all your ages, that's just disorganized data. If I compute an average, what in statistics we call a mean, talk more about that later, but if I compute the average age, that's a descriptive statistics. It has taken that information and summarized it, boiled it down in a way that describes my stat students. All research starts with descriptive statistics. It may stop there, but at the very basics of research across the sciences, it all has to have at least a foundation of descriptive. We've got to take all that information and boil it down to take a look at it. And that might be all we need. We might only need to look at this average versus that average, but we might need to take it a step farther. The companion, the other room in the house, is called inferential statistics. To make an inference is to draw a conclusion. So it's going to take our information that we have descriptive and it's going to help us to draw deeper conclusions. So what that really means is that with inferential statistics, we're going to be able to take our information gathered from the sample and draw conclusions about the population they came from. We're taking our information taken from the sample and we're going to draw conclusions about the population they came from. So if I did my what's your favorite flavor of ice cream survey with CSN students, and I got the survey results back and it tells me that 50% of the people prefer chocolate, that is a descriptive statistic. If I then take it a step further, go through some extra procedures to say, I draw the conclusion that 50% of CSN students like the same chocolate ice cream, then I've made an inference. Those are inferential statistics. So we can see it just takes it a bit further down the line. This term is called generalizability. In research, we're concerned with the issue of, are my results generalizable? Do they have generalizability? And that basically is almost the exact same definition as what inferential statistics is. Generalizability says, if we have generalizability, it says that we can draw conclusions about our population from our data from the sample, that's an appropriate thing to do. So if we think about another example I used in the first video clip where I said I only asked 3 people out of the population of 30,000, that would not have generalizability. I would understand those 3 people, but I really wouldn't feel comfortable drawing conclusions about all 30,000 based on those 3. So we would say, if you're going to try to make an inference there, you do not have good generalizability. You really are not equipped to draw a conclusion very well, very comfortably, very reliably about the population that came from. So those are the two basic types of statistics. Descriptive statistics is where all research starts and some stops there. And other more involved research then takes it down to inferential. For us, the first essentially 6 or 7 chapters of the course are about descriptive statistics. Once we get to chapter 8, the course makes a pretty sharp turn in terms of advancing, and we go into inferential statistics. So we'll spend the first portion of this course building our way towards being able to do this. And then the whole rest of the course after that is all about inferential. Okay, on to part 3.